Hello there, barbecue world. Spencer Defty with Knotty Wood BBQ here again today. Today we're talking about cooking your meat, red meat, and specifically steaks or chops, and all the different variables that you got to put into this to really get your result. So if you're looking for a very specific result in your meat, say for instance you want a very perfectly evenly cooked rare to medium rare, as hard as you can through seared steak, it's going to be a much different amount of information that's going to go into coming to that conclusion versus you want a medium well or you want a well done steak. So there's some different things. Most people that are cooking a ribeye, a set of nice lamb chops, they're going to want medium to medium rare is typically what everybody asks for. I particularly am a medium rare to rare. My entire family's that way. So there's a lot of different things that go into that. If you want rare and you're cooking, for instance, a steak like this, that's an average 3/4 inch thick steak, you're going to have to do some things to get there. But let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. Let's just say you're having a dinner party. You want to impress whoever's coming over and you want to really go out. The first thing you want to do is you want to choose a quality meat. So either at your grocery store, you're going to ask your butcher for prime cuts, or you're going to go to where you know that you're going to get wheat. Maybe it's a specialty store that has a Wagyu beef or a certain type of grain-fed raised animal. I particularly believe that grain-fed is much better than grass-fed, but there's a big grass-fed craze. Grass-fed's, it seems to be more of an organic deal, but you're not going to get marbling like this with grass-fed. You're going to get very lean meats with grass-fed because it's just not going to build that fat profile inside the meat. So if you're looking for a flavor burst, go with grain-fed. That's the first thing. So let's just say you've now decided you're going to pick a grain-fed steak, quality beef. Maybe it's a Wagyu cross. Now the next thing is what do I want to achieve? If I'm cooking a bunch of ribeyes and I want everybody's a rare to medium rare, I want to cook a steak that's going to be 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches thick, maybe even 2 inches, some big, fat, nice, thick steaks. And when I get those steaks, there are some different things that I'm going to do. What flavor profile am I looking for? If it's just a salt and pepper, you're going to salt those, you're going to pepper them, you're going to put them in the fridge, and you're going to let them stand for at least an hour. Hour and a half is even better, 2 hours, to let that salt work its way into the meat profile. The other thing that I'll do in a lot of cases, which is outside of the contrarian it's more of a contrarian take on where it is. I know a lot of you guys love the reverse sear. Not a big fan of it. I particularly will even take a thick steak like that if I'm going to barbecue it on a hot, cold deal and I want to get for a really hard sear on the outside, but yet I want a profile of rare all the way through. I'll take that steak and I will actually chill it down in the freezer about 20 minutes before I'm going to put it in where it's almost just a little bit of crystally ice on the outside, and I'll get that core temperature. I want to get that core temperature down right to 33, 34 degrees. And then I'll put that thing on those hot coals and I can roll it and flip it and move it around and get a good hard sear over a 15 or 20 minute period without that thing cooking through and through. So when you pull it off and you let it stand for 10 or 15 minutes before you serve them and you cut 1.5 inch or 2 inch steak like that, it'll be really crisp and crusty on the outside, but it will still be rare all the way through. That won't penetrate and it won't go from that hard sear to a well, to a medium well, down to a rare. You'll pretty much have a layer of hard sear and well, maybe 1/4 inch in, if that, not even that. And then it'll be rare all the way through, and they'll be beautiful steaks. And we'll post some pictures of those kind of steaks that we've done that with. If you want to go for medium, you don't have to do that. But remember, ambient temperature of your steak when it goes on your barbecue, the temperature of your barbecue going on, the amount of time you put cooking it, how long you let it stand, all affect that profile. So these are different tricks that you can do. One thing I will tell you, when you cook steaks or you cook any of this meat, letting it stand for a period after you're cooking it, wrapped, and so it's warm and it's staying warm and it cools down, really affects it. It allows all those meats and fats to render down and to release and go throughout the profile of the meat, and then you'll find it'll be tender, it'll be more juicy, and it'll be a better flavor profile. So happy grilling. Any questions? Hit us at knottywoodbbq.com. Thank you.